Hello everyone! For our research topic, we discussed the racial dynamics that play out in the workplace, as well as the interplay of two different variables, one being job satisfaction and the other being turnover retention. Here's a little background of my group members and me. Natasha Robbins is a graduate student of the MPS in Industrial and Organizational Psychology at George Mason University. She has a bachelor's in biology from George Mason University, and she currently works as a staffing specialist at the National Institutes of Health. Eden Winfield is also a graduate student of the MPS in Industrial and Organizational Psychology at George Mason University. She has also earned her BS in psychology from Mason as well. Currently, she works as a graduate student assistant for George Mason Learning Services. And last but not least, myself, Navneet Bhullar, am a graduate student of the MPS in Industrial and Organizational Psychology at George Mason University. I also have a bachelor's in psychology with a concentration in forensic psychology from George Mason as well. And I currently work in the field of human resources. In this slide, we are going to be talking about the findings of previous research. According to previous research, the interplay of job satisfaction and turnover retention has gained particular significance in the racial diversity aspect in the workforce. Previous research discussed the influence of job satisfaction on an employee's decision to remain with or leave their organization. This correlation can thus be seen in racially diverse settings where an employee's racial identity can significantly shape their workplace experiences and consequently their satisfaction levels. The study of Turner, 1975, also suggests that aspects of an individual's racial identity can sway their job satisfaction, which in turn impacts their turnover retentions. The link between race and turnover retention is underscored by several studies. Minority employees often face unique workplace challenges, including discrimination and underrepresentation, which can lead to decreased job satisfaction and higher turnover retentions. According to previous research, we also found out that the perception of workplace fairness and the representation of racial minorities within the organization play a significant role in shaping job satisfaction and turnover retentions.
This slide details our methodology for this project. We used a cross-sectional design, meaning that we collected multiple points of data on one sample at the same time. In these three graphs, you can see the distribution of our participants within our sample. It is important to point out that over half of our sample was female, half held an entry-level position, and the largest age range of participants fell between 26 and 35 years old. Collected data from a total of 156 participants, which yielded only 131 complete and meaningful responses. As for the materials and measures, our survey contained three main sections. The first section was comprised of 18 item questions meant to assess the participants' job satisfaction. It is important to note that these item questions were taken directly from the Winfield and Robb Job Satisfaction Questionnaire. It was imperative to use a questionnaire that already had validity evidence and a high reliability value so that we could be sure that we were asking questions that correctly assessed job satisfaction. This method was mirrored for the second section of the survey, which assessed turnover intention using 4 item questions from the Bodma and Roots intention scale. The third section was comprised of demographic questions that were pre-made in Qualtrics. The demographic questions were strategically placed after the other two sections as to not impede honesty from the participants. Qualtrics was used to curate and distribute our 26-item survey to an unlimited number of participants. Responses were held anonymous and confidential, which was paramount for this project. For our first hypothesis, we addressed if employees with a racial minority status have higher turnover intentions compared to the racial majority. Although we hypothesized that those with racial minority status held higher turnover intentions compared to the racial majority, the findings from our independent samples t-test did not indicate a significant difference in turnover intention between the two groups. In this bar graph, you can see that the minority group in blue and the majority group in green have just about the same mean turnover intention score. For our second hypothesis, we explore the difference in job satisfaction between racial minority and majority status. Although we hypothesize that those with racial minority status held lower job satisfaction than those with racial majority status, the findings from our independent samples t-test did not indicate a significant difference in job satisfaction between the two groups. In this bar graph, you can see that the minority group in blue and the majority group in green have just about the same mean job satisfaction score.
Hypothesis 3 in this study aimed to investigate the relationship between job satisfaction and turnover intentions amongst employees. The results of the linear regression analysis confirmed our hypothesis. As demonstrated by the graph, the relationship was significant, indicating that job satisfaction significantly predicts turnover intention. Additionally, this relationship was negative, meaning that as job satisfaction increases, turnover intentions decrease. Hypothesis 4 delved into the potential mediating role of job satisfaction in the relationship between race and turnover intentions. It was determined that job satisfaction does not play a significant role in mediating the relationship between an employee's race and their turnover intentions. The study also revealed that race had a minimal and non-significant direct impact on both job satisfaction and turnover intentions. This finding suggests that neither race as a standalone factor nor job satisfaction as a mediator substantially influence turnover intentions amongst employees. The strong negative correlation between job satisfaction and turnover intentions highlight the importance of fostering a workplace environment that promotes job satisfaction. This could be achieved through things like initiatives that create inclusive cultures, recognize and reward employee contributions, and address general workplace challenges that impact all employees. Additionally, our findings suggest that turnover intentions might be more complex and less predictable based on demographic factors alone, thus encouraging a reevaluation and potential expansion of existing turnover models to incorporate a broader range of variables such as organizational culture, leadership style, and individual differences, beyond mere demographic categorizations. Furthermore, the findings suggest more universally experienced job satisfaction across different demographic groups, thus promoting a reevaluation of how job satisfaction is perceived and measured among diverse employee groups. Study's findings emphasize the need to move beyond a simplistic demographic approach to address issues like turnover intentions in organizations. By acknowledging this complexity, organizations can develop more holistic strategies aimed at retaining and attracting talent and better forecast and manage their future workforce needs. Moreover, the study's findings suggest the presence of universal aspects of job satisfaction. To capitalize on these universal factors, organizations firstly identify them, such as work-life balance and recognition, and ensure they are adequately addressed across all employee groups. Furthermore, the independent contributions of race and job satisfaction to turnover intentions highlight the need for more nuanced diversity and inclusion strategies. Organizations can use these insights to inform the development of HR policies and strategies that prioritize evidence-based decision-making over assumptions about demographic groups. Thank you all very much for your time and engagement today. It has been a true privilege to share our novel research insights with you. For any further questions or discussions, please don't hesitate to contact us at the contact information listed on the slide below. Thank you very much.